If you have knee pain or stiffness, there's a very good chance you're making it worse every single day without realizing it. Not by exercising too hard, not by walking too much, but by the way you walk. And the scary part is, most of these habits actually feel safe. Looking down, taking tiny steps, wearing heavily cushioned shoes, these seem harmless, helpful even. But some of them can quietly increase the pressure inside your knee joint thousands of times a day. And one common walking habit has been shown to increase stress on the inner knee by up to 30%. So in this video, I'll show you the worst walking mistakes for knee pain, what they're secretly doing to your joints, and the simple changes that can make walking feel noticeably easier. Because sometimes it's not whether you walk, it's how you walk. Here's something important to understand. Your knee is designed to handle force. That's not the problem. The problem is uneven force. When your posture is off, when your stride changes, or when your joints are stiff and weak, pressure stops spreading evenly through the knee. Instead, it concentrates in one area, usually the inner side of the joint, which is exactly where arthritis damage often begins. And because walking is repetitive, that pressure adds up fast. Thousands of steps every single day. That's why small walking habits matter much more than people think. And the first mistake is one almost everybody with knee pain starts doing automatically. The moment people start feeling unstable, they begin watching their feet. It feels safer. But here's what most people don't realize. The second your head drops forward, your entire posture changes with it. Your shoulders round, your upper body leans forward, and more pressure shifts directly onto the front of your knee, especially around the kneecap. Now, imagine carrying a heavy box close to your chest versus holding it out in front of you. Which feels heavier? That forward shift matters. And when it happens during every step, irritated joints feel it. The fix is simple. Instead of staring at your feet, keep your eyes about 10 to 15 feet ahead of you. Keep your chin level. Relax your shoulders. That one adjustment can instantly improve alignment and reduce unnecessary knee pressure while walking. But that's not the mistake causing the most damage. The next one is something people do because they think it protects the knee, when in reality, it often does the opposite. When your knees hurt, your stride naturally gets smaller. You start taking cautious little steps, almost a shuffle. And again, it feels protective. But here's the problem. Short shuffling steps reduce the involvement of the glutes and hamstrings, the muscles that normally absorb shock during walking. So instead of muscles handling the load, your knee handles more of it directly. Think of those muscles like your body's suspension system. When they stop working properly, every step feels rougher. Now, this doesn't mean you should take giant steps. That creates a different problem called overstriding, where your foot lands too far in front of your body and creates a braking force on the knee. What you want is a comfortable, natural stride, not tiny, not exaggerated. Your foot should land roughly under your body, not way out ahead of it. And when people correct this one mistake, walking often starts feeling smoother almost immediately. But there's another problem most people never think about, and it starts before they even leave the house. Have you ever stood up in the morning and felt like your knees needed a few minutes to wake up? That stiffness matters more than people realize. Inside your knee is synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that helps the joint move smoothly. But after sitting or sleeping for long periods, that fluid becomes less effective, almost like cold engine oil. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is immediately walking on that stiff joint, especially with poor posture or bad mechanics. That combination can irritate the joint very quickly. The good news? You only need about 2 minutes to help your knees warm up. Before walking, try this. Gentle ankle circles, slow knee bends, a few weight shifts while standing. Nothing intense. You're simply waking the joint up and getting fluid moving again. And for many people, those first painful minutes of walking become noticeably easier after doing this consistently. Now let's talk about the mistake that surprises people the most, because it involves something many people buy specifically to help their knees. A lot of people with knee pain automatically choose thick, heavily cushioned shoes. It seems logical, right? More cushioning should mean less impact. But biomechanics research has shown something surprising. Very stiff, elevated heels can actually increase the load placed on the inner knee joint. Why? Because they change the way your foot strikes the ground. That force travels upward into the knee. Research published in Arthritis and Rheumatism found that standard supportive walking shoes increased knee joint loading compared to flatter, more flexible footwear, in some cases by up to 30%. Now, this does not mean everybody should walk barefoot. That's not safe or practical for many people. But it does mean your shoes matter more than you think. In general, you want footwear that is flexible, stable, supportive without being overly stiff, and not excessively elevated at the heel. And if your sneakers are badly worn out, replace them. Once the cushioning collapses, your knees absorb more stress with every step. But even with perfect shoes and perfect posture, there's one walking problem almost nobody talks about. Most roads and sidewalks are slightly tilted. It's called road camber. It helps water drain, but for your knees, it can create uneven loading. One leg stays slightly higher than the other during every step, and over time, that subtle imbalance adds stress to one side of the joint more than the other, especially the inner knee. Now, this doesn't mean outdoor walking is bad, not at all. It just means variety matters. If possible, switch sides occasionally. Use flatter paths, alternate directions on walking tracks. Tiny adjustments. But over thousands of steps, tiny adjustments matter. And now we need to talk about the biggest mistake of all, because this one can quietly accelerate weakness, stiffness, and pain faster than almost anything else. When walking becomes painful, most people start avoiding movement completely. And honestly, that instinct makes sense. But too much rest creates a dangerous cycle. The muscles around the knee weaken, joint stiffness increases, balance gets worse, and the knee loses some of the support and shock absorption it depends on. Even cartilage health is affected by movement because cartilage gets nutrients through joint motion. Movement helps circulate that synovial fluid. That's why complete inactivity often makes knees feel worse over time, not better. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying to push through severe pain, but research consistently shows that short, low-impact, consistent walking is one of the best things you can do for many forms of knee arthritis and stiffness. Not marathon walks, not no pain, no gain, just consistent movement. 10 minutes, maybe 15, done regularly. That's where real change often starts. So if you have knee pain or stiffness, here are the walking mistakes to stop making starting today. 1. Stop staring at your feet while walking. Keep your posture tall and your gaze forward. 2. Stop shuffling. Aim for a natural, comfortable stride. 3. Don't walk on stiff, cold joints. Take 2 minutes to warm them up first. 4. Check your shoes. Overly stiff, thick heels may be increasing joint stress. 5. Avoid constantly walking on uneven, sloped surfaces. And most importantly, don't stop moving completely, because healthy movement is one of the ways your body protects the joint. Small changes, repeated consistently, that's what creates real improvement over time. If this video helped you, give it a like so YouTube shows it to more people dealing with knee pain. And if you're trying to stay active with arthritis or stiffness, subscribe for more practical, research-backed videos like this. And let me know in the comments, which of these walking mistakes were you making without realizing it? Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.